gonna go ahead and record this whole experience because I've done some slight initial play around. I'll put on the suit later once I actually, get things a little bit more situated. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start a new general Blender scene. We're gonna start up command prompt, and we're gonna go ahead and move into my downloads. And essentially, we're looking at running a quail convert on, I don't like this keyboard, on global car. What we're going to do should be as simple as that for quail to run. Oh, I don't like that. You guys can't see the chat unless it's more on the top right. Whatever. There you go. Whatever. So we're going to run Explorer on global character. And essentially that's going to create a whole path of files. And if we press N, go to WCE importer, which this is what I imported yesterday with Darius's work. Debating if I should link things just so that if anyone else ever wants to set this up, they're able to. Maybe I should. So this would be the eKey to ASCII Blender add-on. And this will allow you to take assets from EverQuest and put them into Blender. And it's a little bit of a better way for bidirectional. Not a little bit, a lot better. Because there's not a lot of other options that are going to give you full support like this is. We're going to go ahead and import root, which is going to give you a list of every asset that was found in root. And we only care about elf. So fingers crossed this still works. Of course it doesn't. Debating how I should best relay this. Oop. Well, if I retry, I can give it to Darius. We have fallback methodology, but okay, so how do I screenshot this the cleanest? I don't want it to go away just yet. Something like this. And what I could do is say import elf. There we go. I'm putting that in Discord as a snapshot. It's informing me that there's no file or directory found. So it's doing the include, creating the materials. It's trying to do an image node. But he doesn't give an argument of what image texture path it's looking for. It's only telling you that it cannot find the root directory of downloads. We could try moving this to a root directory on my computer temporarily, just to see if we get different results. Seriously doubt it's going to matter, but why not? We're going to make a C drive quail. We're just going to move this quail folder into there. Now, if we import from here, does it clean up paths? Nope, we still get the same error. It's informing me that it cannot read C drive quail global character. That totally exists though. It's fine. We can fall back. I was kind of hoping. What's a humanoid? Is it missing the simple sprite def? What elf are you trying to import? It's the global character elf. So you can see it here. This is with latest quail. Should I backtrack to a different version? Like I said, materials are not copying to all the folders in the current quail version. Do I just need to take all of my BMPs, especially like the elf ones, and just copy them over? Is that the easiest fix for now? Let me do that. We can test it. Okay, so I just copied all of the BMPs and I'm going to just take them over to elf real quick. the definitions. Oh, so it's not the texture assets, it's actually the sprite defs. Okay, I see. Excuse me. So let's, oh man. The problem is let's just do like a search for star.bmp and then delete all these. And then, I don't know if I have code on here. I could probably do it with Notepad. So simple sprite def and material def in the WEC files are not copying if they share. Mostly the helms and stuff. Okay. So are you just not able, like when you parse, you're just parsing it in the scope of a folder. And so you need them to be duplicated for the ease of you loading is basically the problem, right? One thing I recommend is clean up your errors so that they are a little bit more informative. You know, just so I can at least follow that for guidance. But I don't know how easy that would be. But anyways, so like you're saying one of these helms or something is being referenced and then it's not actually declared in this file. And so maybe scripting will give us intel. So user-defined 21 is attempting to load an image at texture path, but we don't actually get a dump of what texture path is on failure. We only just know that it cannot read a root directory. So we don't have context of what exactly failed, so I can't go and find it without... You need a simple sprite def and material def. Which one? Like, shouldn't that error report it so that we can find it and just put it in? I think, what's an easy way to fix this? We could also, is there a humanoid that's on a standalone character file? Like, let's do an NPC. What's a good NPC? Maybe like zombie? Look in the WCE. Because I don't have to do a humanoid character, you know what I mean? Maybe I should install VS Code on here. This is not VS Code. Why is this coming up as top result? I wonder how much money they're paying to do that. It has a material def and no simple sprite def, then that is the problem. Okay. Let's figure that out then. I'm just not comfortable without code, so I'm just installing it real quick. Shouldn't be very hard. And then I can actually navigate the path and look around and, you know, do a search for all the simple sprite defs and ultimately, yeah. Okay, so what you're thinking is that elf, let's actually go up a directory. Come on. Yes, I trust the authors. Come on, there we go. And yes, I trust the authors. Okay, so you're saying that in elf, there are material defs with no sprite defs. So it should just be like even elf HE may not have a sprite def. No, it does. It's right here. Helm Leather is looking for Helm Leather 04. And this is only defined in GNF. This is what you're referring to? Yeah, it's a matter of speech, you know. That's your theory on the problem. But does elf have this? Yeah. No. Oh, is there a lot of these? Or how many am I going to have to do? Like, is Chano one another one? It totally is. Okay, so this is going to be an ordeal, basically. And yeah, we definitely need to fix this. This is a pretty easy fix, though, to be honest. Okay, if there's only like 5, I can figure that out. Is Helm 15 there? Nope. Let's do this. We're going to move you over to here. And I'm assuming it's going to be things like Helm leather, things like that. It'll be fixed once I get the TAC PG equip writing back with no issues. I am really close. Right on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to talk. I'm still like right in the middle of doing the EQG conversions. I've just been hitting a lot of issues because even with the Zala's EQG API, there's still so many unknown data points, and it's really hard to create bidirectional when I have incomplete data. So, not to mention I have bugs galore because I haven't had time. But, okay. We could try loading it again and just see if it fails. And if it does, then we know it's... Obviously, there's still some more. So we're going to go ahead and import EQG again, or WC file. Go to elf. No, to the root. Pick elf again. Nope, we still have errors. Okay. Is there an easy way to find these? Like, I really wish, maybe at some point I'm going to sit down and do a PR just helping with error handling. If they are in a material palette, it will still fail. Material palette. So basically, these are the ones I should be looking for. But they're going to be the material palette sprite variants, right? Like there. This is going to be one we're going to have to fix. And I think we already did this one, but let's check. So like this simple sprite def is not an elf. So this one's another that's broken. Right? And then chain 01. There we go. See? I can figure it out. Just as long as I have some guidance. That one we already got. Helm 15, I'm pretty sure we got. We may be done with this. Let's test. It's not hard to come back in. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so next challenge is, can we get it to T-pose? So we're going to go down to the bottom, and we're going to set up a dope sheet and action editor, and then choose the pose elf. This is their T-pose. It's kind of more of a pose, but close enough. And it actually is animating it. For some reason, we had that bug yesterday where it just would not animate, and that was causing all sorts of random issues. So, okay. So now let's move on to Rococo. What we're going to do is hit up the studio. I've already kind of configured it. I need to actually put on the capture device. There's a couple ways I can do this. Is yes, I have a full-on suit. I'm going to not put it on just yet. And instead, because we're still testing, I'm only going to turn it on and essentially attempt, sorry, I'm trying to plug it in. The middle, yeah. Okay, so it's got juice. And it should come up here in a second after it connects to Wi-Fi. and it'll be literally flopped on the ground because it's on my lap right now. In fact, I'll just set it on the... There we go. You can see the animated dead corpse. And the key thing I should be setting up an A pose, but if you go on the right here, you can stream it to Blender. Okay. Now, if we come to Blender, open up this and go to Rococo, we can hit Start Receiver. Now, here's a part I'm not as good about, which is I need to import the armature into this because you notice on the right, there's no armature. But actually, I don't think I need to use an armature because what I do is if I go into the object properties and I come down to the Rococo Live Studio, I can actually configure it to use Zachary. And you'll notice no T-pose has been set. Right. What I'm talking about, Darius, is there's a retargeting feature. And how it works is Rococo imports its own armature, and that's what you put as the source. And then you would target the ELF HS actor def armature. So it's not a question of, is there an armature for the ELF? The question is there an armature for the suit? You're basically matching two different armatures together to, align them. And so anyways, you can see here, though, we now have, through this part, a live capture feature. And we're going to try to hit auto detect on bones. It's probably not going to work. We also should be setting up the T-pose. Because it is in T-pose right now. Let's go ahead and hit auto detect again. See, this is so off. But you can see these are the bones that the suit exports. And what we can do is attempt to find the equivalent. So like hip is probably pelvis, right? And then spine, I don't know if we have a spine. I think we have a chest with CH. We have a neck. No, this is such a low end thing, I'm not sure what ELF is. Let's actually look at the armature and see if we can figure out some of these bones. So this is obviously the pelvis. Can we... Okay, so chest is NE, you're right. Okay. So one of the issues, by the way, is you can see there's this importing and exporting. I need to learn this more. Maybe the current naming scheme is a little different. Do you know what the head is? Is there like an HE? Yeah, it's probably head point, or do you think it's HE? I don't know what HE would otherwise be. Okay. Yeah, so you know the bones better than me, so it's actually nice to have you here. Is there a shoulder? I'm assuming not. Head point is for something else. Okay. I'm assuming hand is HA. Let's find some of these body parts. So like, what is BI, FI, and all this stuff? What I need to do, can I go into edit mode and, okay, it doesn't mess this up. Good. And even though this is in a gross mode, we're going to go like to pose mode. And what we can do is actually find here. That's what we want. So that we can see now that this is BIL for left shoulder. Right? And then the other side is obviously going to be BIR for right shoulder. Right? And then upper arm, we need like elbow. I thought that's an armature point. Let's see here. We have upper arm, lower arm. So upper arm is ELF. It's faux R. right? And then lower arm, this is more like hand. You said BI is upper arm. Would you argue that's better? Because shoulder I have as BI. I think BI is shoulder. Look at that. That's more of a shoulder. Yeah. Oh, you're saying it's forearm. So that would be lower arm then, more so. We're probably not going to get this perfect first try, but we're trying our best. And then I'm assuming, is FI, what is FI? Hand? Looks like a hand. Okay. And fist. Yeah, fist, hand, same difference. Okay. So we don't have an upper arm. I think that's fine. It's just going to try to connect as many points as possible. So we have BIR, FOR, FOL. Then we have right hand, which is FIR. Oh, wait, I messed up this. This should be L. And this should be FIL. Okay. So now these are all left, and this one should be an R. Right? Okay. So now we have upper leg. This is more pelvis. I don't know. This says thigh. That's upper leg. So that's TH. And this is left. And then upper leg right. Okay. And then we have CA is interesting. Is that actually calf or is that, I mean, that's calf. So that would be, is it left leg or upper? Well, yeah, it has to be leg. So we're going to go CA R or left. Okay. And then CAR. You can see, by the way, how my hands are starting to, go up a little bit when I'm doing this. Okay. And then right leg. Oops. Right leg is CAR. And okay, now we got foot. Looks like there's 2 feet bones. We have one called BO, and then you got another one called TO. I'm assuming TO is toe, and BO is foot. Right? And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay. Now spine is probably more, I don't know. Do you think that's CH? It's a little hard to tell. Or maybe this is spine, which is pelvis. Or is that just hip? I think hip is pelvis. So we don't have bones for these guys yet. Or do we? Do we have TH? Yeah, we do. I think we might be kind of done. So we're going to go ahead and export just for, future reference. We're going to just call this, global car elf or something. And this saves the currently selected bones and they will then get automatically detected. Sure. All right. So we've now technically imported the bones and rigged it. So if I move, nothing happens. But that's not necessarily a problem. Let me go double check Rococo. So we have movement here. We have this live. This is not receiving. That's why. Okay. So we're going to go into object mode. We're still in the position of elf. Let's see if I can figure this out. So it may be pose mode. So the question now is, how do we get it to actually move it? Because we have the actor applied. We have it receiving data. I don't think we need to do targeting. I think we just, you can see here, it's rigged to the elf already. Apparently we have ads now. We'll just snooze it for now. Anyways, and so this is the real question. What do we do in order to get this thing? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to minimize that. Okay. Crap, I don't know how to zoom very well. So the question is, how do I get this now to actually animate? May as well put her face on, even if it's pretty ugly. If we go to object mode and we select, let's just try selecting a different animation for fun and see. So you notice that I'm constantly in T-pose. And there isn't animation coming in at all. Because, you know, I don't have the suit on, but you can tell like it's picking up mocap data right now. And this should be, oh, the receiver stopped. Okay, so when I did that, it moved the position. Is it still, it's still rigged. You know what I'm also going to do real quick? I'm just going to save the scene because we did do quite a bit of work here. Global character elf. Okay, so there are recording options, but that I don't think is required in order to animate. I'm pretty sure you don't have to set up this armatures for what we're doing right now. And it should be rigged at this point. From what I've seen in tutorials and stuff, this should be enough to make it work. But I'm not sure what I've missed. I've apparently missed something. This is more for applying animations down the line. I mean, we could hit set as T-pose again. But again, you can see that's just moving the armatures a bit. I'm trying to think here. I mean, she's doing weird movements. So you can tell something is going on, like it is applying data. Oh, my receiver stopped again. I'm not even sure what's needed. Reset scene on stop. But see, that's, I think, with recording. That's for checking for updates. That's data about the animator. I'll double check the video real fast. But this should be everything. I mean, I'll hit start recording. What'll probably happen is PO1 will start recording data. Like, I'm flailing my leg right now. So you can see there that the data was recorded, but no information actually got passed to the app. I'm actually not very good at, yeah, that reset it. Oh, the animation name, it added its own when I did that. That's interesting. So if we go to the animation list, you can see that whenever it records, it creates a new non-NLA track. Okay, wait, was that bad? That might have been bad. Yeah, it was bad. I deleted the whole thing. I meant to just delete this, but whatever. Let's go back to posing, or heck, let's play another animation. You can see one thing I also don't like, let's go like to animation view. Yes, it made a new animation. What I'm actually hoping to do is set this up so that I can real-time record it. Essentially, yes, it's better to use Rococo and then import FVX data, but what I'd actually like to do is set up a okay, so like here, you can see that, you know, PO1 is here. And if I hit play, obviously there's no data. Now, can we move animations to like here? This is the problem I had earlier, by the way, where I can like see the animation play, but the bones do not interact. Like, I don't get this problem. Like, what am I missing? Is it my pose mode? Is it my selection? Obviously, if I reselect, I lose all my data. The root bone linked. Actually, that's interesting. I don't see my hierarchy sprite anymore. There it is. Elf DAG. What about it? It's not linked. How do I review if it's linked or not? Is it like bone data? Or is it like in the armature? Bone groups? I'm not as familiar with all the animation data. There's like this whole area in Blender, in my opinion, is just a mess. It's such a pain to navigate and understand. You know, like it has to do with the tree view being correlated with the, you know what I mean? Like the data that's on the bottom left. It just makes it a difficult ordeal. You have the mocap's bones linked to the elf armature bones. Is the root matches? Should. I don't think there is a root. You should treat this like every bone that I'm mapping is basically being animated by the mocap suit. That's what's supposed to be happening right now. The receiver keeps dying. That's so weird. I wonder if that's a potential issue. I mean, what we could do... I was watching a video about this earlier. There's an ad break happening soon, but let's go review some videos real fast. Or even... This is called Rococo Live Capture. And we're doing it with Blender. Guide. I want to see if we can figure out... This is the retargeting. This is not what I want. I want the live capture, which I'm usually told is super easy. Okay, here's the part I'm caring about.
Our face appear right here. And now if we select our armature, we go down to our actor right here and we'll select C.
Okay, so he's specifically mentioning selecting your armature, clicking your actor, We've done this.
E2J. For bones, we're going to auto detect. So it's kind of the same system that we use in the retargeting.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we've auto detected, we're going to hit set as T-pose. And we want our character to be in a T-pose when we do this. And as soon as we do, boom, now we have our character stream.
So it should be working with just set as T-pose. So when he does this, he's in object mode. Like this should be animating here right now. Is what is essentially being told by, like, there isn't, I don't, like this right here. She's just like folding every time I hit set as T-pose. Interesting.
Live from Rococo Studio. Yeah. So everything's working. We're streaming wonderfully. And there might be a tiny bit of lag because I'm recording this, but normally this will be really smooth. So now,
So what am I missing? What is this key step I'm messing up on? Let's try rebooting. Okay. I popped the mocap suit on. Primarily so that we can, if nothing else, confirm this part. So, what we're gonna do real fast is click my UGIT guy. I always forget where the. There we go. Failed to calibrate. Device command error. Unsupported RD. What? What the heck was that? Let's turn off the capturing for a sec. All right. So as you can see, one of my legs is jacked up. This happens. That happened before. Usually what happens when I have that problem, the easiest fix is just restart the mocap and it'll fix it. Of course, still trying to figure out where everything is. Like there should be a, there it is. So this is how I restart. Boop. All right. There you go. So now you can see I have leg 1, leg 2. So let's do another recalibrate. Okay. And there you go. So now I can leg 1, leg 2, arm 1, arm 2, and head capture's good. It's actually pretty funny when it's on, but we're pretty sure it's not the mocap that's at fault. Oh wait, it is working. It's a bit of an abomination, but I mean, that's success. I think I just needed to, oh, that's not bending right. Let's see here. So it's almost like, isn't that cool? Okay, so let's see if we can reset the T-posing somehow. This is where it's going to get a little more complicated to figure out. But we did actually get success. And I can't clap because the rigging is so bad. But you can see this is going to make animating so much easier, especially once I fix this, the rig. Okay, so we're going to hit stop receiving. We need to like reset this pose. And I'm not super confident in doing this. Essentially, we have pose data. And we have bone locations. You might want to help. Can you guide me through this, Darius? Do you know this offhand? Like, how do I fix the grossness that I've made with, like, if we go to Action Editor and then we go back to PO1 or POS, which is our A pose, how do I reset this? Is there a way, or have I lost it and I may as well just re-import? Arguably, it might be faster just to re-import. Do you agree? By the way, I have a tracking in underneath my hat as well. My legs are crossed. That's not accurate. There we go. Yeah, my legs are tracking a little bit. I need to do it from the mocap interface. Actually, watch. Let's start up a new one. Let me do my theory real fast. We're not going to save it. We didn't do much. Okay. So this time we're going to do a WC importer. We're going to go back to our... Ooh. I moved it over to like here, which is fine. All right, then we want to grab elf because we did all the cleanup with it. Damn it. Wait, why is elf broken now again? Is this the right elf? Yeah, global car elf. Why are we not able to import again? Let's test that again. Elf. Okay. Oh, okay. It just worked the second time. So we can speedrun this because we have the exported rig. So what we're going to do is first select the elf, open the action editor down here. Where is the action editor? It's like dope sheet and then action editor. Then we set it to pause. Okay, so there's our A pose. We should actually see if we can turn this into a T pose. I'm just not great at moving bones by hand. Can I use... If I technically grab... like... Isn't it pose mode? There you go. Okay. If we grab these and we just do like a GX, or was it GY? Oof, it's not going very clean. Even just setting her up as a T pose is going to be a little hard for me. I have to like, you know? Oh well, we're going to call this the A pose, T pose, and let's see if we can just make this work. Okay, so what we're doing, we have it clean now. We're going to call this real fast a file of like global elf base. Rotate the BI. Oh, yeah. So if we take... Where is BI? I don't know which one's BI. Oh, okay. Now, if I rotate this... There we go. So let's do like R40... What? R negative 45. R negative 40. That looks like a T pose, right? And then we do the same here with R40. Oops. R negative 40 as well. There we go. Oops. That did not go all the way. R40. Done. Okay. Then this guy, R40, R20, R30. That looks closer. R negative 30. That's a T-pose, right? All right, let's give her a texture just so that she doesn't look so ugly. Hey, look, we actually got the helm to work this time too. All right. Can I actually turn those off? Yeah, there we go. Now this is more legit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and go to Rococo. And we're going to do two things. We're first going to set up the actor on the bottom right. And we're going to go ahead and import the data again. Sorry. I put it in my desktop, I think. No? Was it downloads? Did it call it something it doesn't recognize? Pretty confident we saved it. Where did we save it? Did I put it in documents? Where is it? In desktop? No, desktop just has a bunch of junk. Do you know where I saved the bone rigging? I thought I exported it. Let's try hitting export and see what it puts it as the option. So it goes to downloads as a JSON file. Maybe it didn't export, and that's fine because we can go grab it real quick. fact, while we're here, let's hit save again. And let's start up another instance of Blender. And let's take the original, even though it's in a... Oh wait, that's the OG. That's not the one I want. I want Global Elf Car, I think. There we go. The one that's all jacked up because we don't know what we're doing. Or I don't know what I'm doing. If we hit the receiver and we export again, see Global Elf, export it into downloads, let's say. Okay, now if you come back here, we can import this. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so now we're exiting out of the abomination. Yes, I have a mocap suit on and I'm about to animate this character once I figure out rigging. Setting the pose like that should have 0 effect in the game. See, that's cool too. We may actually, depending on how we end up, Darius, we may have to write a new animation where we copy the A pose for the classic models and just make a T pose. You know what I mean? Just for WCE format. Or maybe even just in your importer, just to make this easier for me. Okay. So we imported, but the data didn't properly rig. I don't want to have to do all that again. Is it like double clicking doesn't work? Damn it. What do you think? Why is the export import not working? Do it once now and save it. So, I mean, I can go open the old Blender file and then just refer to it. That's probably going to be the easiest. This really pushes on your forehead, by the way. I need to like stretch it out a bit because it like hurts after a little bit. That's the only part. Like the suit is pretty comfy. I'm going to actually turn on a fan though real quick. Not that I need a fan, but it's just going to help me stay cooler for longer so I can keep holding it, you know, keep wearing it without problem. But okay, so we're going to go grab, this is so confusing. I think it's Global Elf? No, damn it. I keep getting the wrong one. It's not, is it the base one? No. Yeah. Maybe? No. What is ours called? Base. Okay. My naming convention sucks. So it is Global Car Elf. Okay. So what we're doing... Oh. That's annoying. I have to stop the receiver. I have to start the receiver. And then what I can just do is screenshot this for reference. What? Give me paint. There's no paint. How do I take a screenshot? I guess snipping tool. We'll keep it here for a sec. Okay, that's enough. So now we can stop the receiver, close this. And so now we have a reference photo. What we'll do is we'll just like resize you temporarily. Or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think There, I'll do that for a sec. That's enough to like relieve the forehead pain. So elf PE, elf CH. Another thing we would love to do is take out the prefixing, just so I don't have to do this every time. Because if these were consistent, I won't have to re-rig it every time. Elf bow. Elf phi. Left. Hand is elf phi. I'm off. What is lower arm? This is elfo. And this one I can remove. Is shoulder set? Yeah, it's elf bi. Dude, I was off by like all of them. And then head is elf he. So ni he by blank, fo fi by r. Better to make a script to mocapify it. Yeah. That's probably even better. And then we could reverse it too. But it would be nice to have that like as a check mark in your pipeline, especially when your pipeline gets a little bit more solid. But yeah, definitely I could just write a script to do this. Okay. Is this right? Fo fi thl cal bol. Ah, okay, that was right. TOL. We're so close. Wait, no. Toe left. Okay, then thigh right. And calf right. Then boot right. And toe right. Okay, let's just spot check it real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything obvious. So pelvis is hip, chest, neck, head, shoulder, BI. Yeah, I think this looks good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save this again. And now we're going to do the import proper. So I think we hit start receiver again. And I don't know if I have to be in the T-pose or not. I'm assuming not, but we'll hit set as T-pose. And there we go. Okay, so what do we got wrong? It looks like I'm still cursed, but we're getting close. For some reason, forward is wrong. All right, so if I'm standing, it's just my alignment. You know, like for some reason, maybe it's my angle. So according to this, my knee is bending backwards. In fact, it's almost like it's inverted, you know what I mean? Like when I go down, it's going to the side. Huh. And just for recap, if we go over to you, right? This is exactly, oh, my head is a little messed up too. There's some things I can do in this program to help out, specifically surprised I'm getting like full polarity there. Reverse kinematics needs work. But like there's some of these things like treadmill. Yeah, so like that helps. The hardest part is I'm always tempted to look. So like I need to do this. My legs are okay. So I can't T pose here. There's a wall there. It's working, at least in that regard. If we come back to here though, we can see actually it's closer now. Arms are messed up. Arms need help. But like legs minus the direction. Yeah, I gotta figure out how do we reset this. This is some. Let's go to reset to T pose. Oh, that's an interesting thing. So if we hit stop receiver, let's try to do it again. No. What if, see, the problem is like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's really hard to figure this out. Like, how do you, like, what do I do in this situation? What we could try, because we're kind of at a state where it's easy just to exit, don't save, start up Blender again, and see if we can maybe get it reset position-wise. See if we can get a different effect. Okay, so we're going to start the receiver again, and we're going to come down here. Interestingly, it's not, oh, it's because the T-pose hasn't been set. Maybe it's just my arms are wrong. I might have rigged them incorrectly. But also my space, you can tell I'm just oriented wrong. I wonder why. Like, I wonder what I can do to fix that. But according to this, my hands may be wrong. Let's just double check this. So we have head set right, left is left, right is right. This all looks correct. I mean, we could Google it. Let's see if we can figure out. You have by as shoulder still? Do you think that would be an issue? What should it be instead? Do you think by should be something else? Let's do this. I'm going to flip it. Oh, yeah, we can try that. By left. By right. Let's see. So arms are still struggling. Like a lot. In fact, everything kind of is. There's not a lot that's working right. But I mean, I am capturing data. And that's technically a milestone. I can't stream for a whole lot longer, but overall, this was progress. We now have data getting sent to EverQuest or through Blender. By the way, this is for the hand tracking. So I just got these dangling wires for now. But now we just got to figure out, I'll do more research and see if I can get the next step. But I'd call that a mission accomplished, you know? We've moved along in the world a bit, even if we got some weird posing going on. There you go. I'm going to take a picture and be like, fancy seeing you here. Anyways. And then, yeah, when you stop it, it goes perfect. So I think it's just more of a bone alignment problem. We'll have to sit down and figure out, because it may be also I have to rotate the model Z or something, or there might be an option in Rococo to do that. Like, yeah. And I obviously, what I can also do, by the way, Darius, like, here's something I can do. So you can see this data, right? This data looks solid. Like I'm literally arm, head, leg. This is actually tracked pretty good. So what I can do is if I just hit record, I need a button, by the way, to do this without having to reach over for it. But I can hit record, and what's some animations I should do real quick? Let's do the bar, or let's do the ogre playing a lute, okay? I'll do a couple takes. So I imagine it like this. So you just go, like, wait, I'm smacking my head, but but I think he would be more into it, right? He'd be like, All right, let's do some more testing with this. Let's try that again. I don't know if the leg bending would be there. So then how do you rename these fast? I wish they would. Okay. So next I'll do like playing drums as an ogre. Let me think. How would an ogre play drums? He would be like, maybe hitting his hands. By the way, while I'm doing this, do something like that. So you can see me. I don't have a lot of space here, so I have to like do it over here. Let me think. What would he do? Because the right hand is gonna have the drum on it, or is it the left? I actually forget. But let's just make some recordings real fast and see. Sound effects are important. Left holds. Okay, so I'm going to assume, let's do like an actual guitar playing, which if I remember right, when you do a guitar, it's like he holds the guitar like this and then plays it, right? So we could do something like, do something simple, but we can also go in and do something like, let's do some different animations. Like, let's do walk. Unfortunately, when I walk, I have to literally walk. Let's do like running in place, getting ready to fight. Actually, my hands have a little bit of an issue. It's because I don't have my hand captures yet. But this is going to be an issue when let's do like a two-hander. So like you got a big two-hander. That's interesting. I lose capture data on my right hand when I do that. Anyways, I'm just grabbing some mocap data and we can play with it later. We'll do like bow. Very conservative. I don't have good space. But what I can do with all these clips is I can actually export them. And then you can play around with them even when I'm not. And I'm pretty sure I can play them back. I'm not great with this yet. Like I've never, and I can clean it up. So there you go. I don't even know what I'm doing. This is me like testing There it is. I have to definitely clean that up. It was only like a couple seconds at the very end. That's not bad. I need to make it where like I go back to an idle pose. And I have to simulate the idle pose that a lot of the characters do when I'm creating the data for each one. But Keel, Bob Ross Animation Studios, you're funny. Anyways, I'll figure out how to export this later. I just wanted to play around, see if we could get the rig to at least connect, which we did. That was successful. And overall, that was a good day. Like, actually hard to. So when I'm sitting, I'm a little lower. I'm like here. Closer. Yeah. Except it's a little too high still. Something like this, because I can always move this to the side and, you know, tweak it. This rotates, doesn't it? Usually it does, but yeah, that's good enough. So anyways, good times. Little data. I'll get better. What I need to do is I'm planning to move my bed, get a landing area, like I have a exercise mat, and then I can actually do some proper animations. And we'll figure it out. But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun watching me make a fool of myself and figure this out. Yeah, Kyre. Once I get this fully set up, it should be very exciting and interesting. So, I actually have face capturing, but I can't set that up yet until they clean up my subscription. And also I have hand capture, which is why I got these dangling wires. I got really cool mocap gloves so that I don't just have like hands that don't articulate. So once those are in, they'll be even cooler. But yeah, guys, have a good one. Let me do whatchamacallit. By the way, how's the sound level of this while I'm getting ready for the next part? Oop. I want to see what the sound levels sound like. Is that loud? Or is that too quiet for like background sound? All right. All right. I got to move this out of the way. Oh, Curtis is rating, is on, so let's rate her. Because I'll have this probably as background sound all the time. And I think it's nice to have something that you can kind of just hear. It like double played it. That was interesting. All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a good one.
Zachary, thank you so much for that raid. Let's go. How you doing today? Thanks, friends. Coming. I appreciate it. Did you have a nice stream? Hi, Zachary. How are you today, friend? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm doing pretty good, friend. Not too bad. You're messing with mocap, capturing animations and such. Very nice. Very